Why your emotions are destroying your life. You wake up tired. You feel unmotivated. You don't feel like working. So, what do? You follow your emotions, and that is exactly why your life is not where you want it to be. Your emotions are not your guide. They are not your truth. And if you keep obeying them, they will slowly destroy your future. Today, I'm going to show you why your emotions are your biggest enemy and how to take back control. Emotions are unstable. Let's be real. Your emotions change every single day. One day you feel confident. Next day, you feel insecure. One moment you feel motivated. Next moment, you feel lazy. So tell me, why are you trusting something that changes every hour? As taught by, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your emotions are reactions, not reality. If you build your life based on emotions, your life will be unstable. Emotions make you weak. When you feel tired, you stop. When you feel scared, you quit. When you feel bored, you distract yourself. That's the problem. Weak people act based on feelings. Strong people act based on decisions. You don't go to the gym because you feel like it. You go because you decided to. You don't work because you're motivated. You work because you committed. If you wait for motivation, you will stay stuck. Emotions lie to you. Your emotions will tell you, you're not good enough, you can't do it. Try again tomorrow. It's too hard. But here's the truth. That's not reality. That's fear talking. As said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Your mind creates excuses to keep you comfortable. Your emotions want safety, but success requires discomfort. Discipline vs. emotion. There are two forces in your life, emotion and discipline. Emotion says, rest. Discipline says, do it anyway. Emotion says, later. Discipline says, now. Emotion says, it's hard. Discipline says, that's why you must do it. Every successful person you admire chose discipline over emotions. Every single day. How emotions destroy your life. Let's break it down. Because of emotions, you procrastinate, you quit early, you avoid challenges, you waste time, you stay comfortable, and slowly, your dreams die. Not because you're not capable, but because you keep obeying your feelings. That's the harsh truth. How to control your emotions. Here's how you take control. 1. Observe, don't obey. Just because you feel something doesn't mean you act on it. 2. Delay a reaction. Wait, think, then act. 3. Focus on actions, not feelings. You don't need to feel good to do good. 4. Build discipline daily. Small actions every day. No excuses. 5. Accept discomfort. Growth only happens when it's hard. Your emotions are lying to you. You feel tired, so you stop. You feel scared, so you don't try. You feel unmotivated, so you delay. But what if I told you? Your emotions are lying to you. What if the voice in your head is not telling you the truth, but holding you back? Today, we're going to expose the truth about your emotions and how they are secretly controlling your life. Your emotions are not facts. Let's get one thing clear. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's true. You feel like a failure, but are you really? You feel like giving up, but is that the right move? You feel like you can't do it, but have you even tried enough? Your emotions are reactions, not reality. As taught, it's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Your emotions come from your interpretation, not from the truth. Your mind wants comfort. Your brain has one main job: to keep you safe, not successful, not powerful, not disciplined, safe. So, what does it do? It creates emotions that push you toward comfort. Fear gives to avoid risk. Laziness gives to conserve energy. Doubt gives to stop you from trying. Your emotions are designed to protect you, not to help you grow. And that's why they lie. Emotions create excuses. Listen carefully. Every excuse you've ever made started with a feeling. I don't feel ready. I'm not in the mood. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too tired. But successful people feel the same things. The difference: they don't listen. As said, you have power over your mind, not your feelings. Your actions, The danger of trusting your emotions. If you follow your emotions, you will only act when it's easy. You will only move when you feel good. You will avoid anything uncomfortable. And guess what? Growth lives in discomfort. Success lives in difficulty. If you only act when you feel like it, you will stay average forever. Discipline is the truth. Let's replace emotion with something stronger. Discipline. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't wait. It doesn't negotiate. It executes. You don't need motivation. You need standards. You don't need feelings. You need structure. You don't need inspiration. You need action. That's the truth. Why strong men don't trust their emotions? Strong men are not emotionless, but they don't trust their emotions because they understand something most people don't. Feelings are temporary, but decisions are permanent. And if you let your emotions lead your life, you will never become strong. Today, you will understand why real strength starts when you stop obeying your feelings. Emotions are unstable. Let's start with a simple truth. Your emotions change constantly. One moment you feel motivated. Next moment you feel lazy. One moment you feel confident. Next moment you feel doubt. So tell me, why would a strong man trust something that changes every hour? As taught by, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters. Strong men don't follow emotions. They observe them, then decide what to do. Emotions are reactions, not truth. Your emotions are not reality. They are reactions. Fear is a reaction. Anger is a reaction. Doubt is a reaction. But reactions can be wrong. You feel like quitting, but that doesn't mean you should quit. You feel like you can't do it, but that doesn't mean it's true. Strong men understand this. Feelings are signals, not instructions. Why weak men follow emotions? Weak men do whatever they feel like. If they feel lazy, gives they rest. If they feel scared, gives they avoid. If they feel uncomfortable, gives they quit. They live like slaves to their mood. But strong men, they separate feeling from action. They don't ask, how do I feel? They ask, what needs to be done? Emotions are designed to protect you, not build you. Your brain is not built for success. It is built for survival. So it creates emotions like fear gives to avoid danger. Laziness gives to conserve energy. Doubt gives to stop risk. But here's the problem. What keeps you safe also keeps you average. If you follow emotions, you will avoid risk, growth, discomfort, and without those, you cannot become strong. Discipline over feelings. Strong men replace emotions with discipline. Discipline says, do it anyway, even if you don't feel like it, even if it's hard. As said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Strong men don't wait for motivation. They act because it is required. They build identity, not emotion-based decisions. How strong men control emotions. Here's how they do it. 1. Awareness. They notice emotions without reacting immediately. 2. Delay reaction. They don't act instantly. They pause and think. 3. Logic over feeling. They ask, what is the right action? 4. Discipline system. They follow routines, not moods. 5. Acceptance of discomfort. They know growth feels uncomfortable. Emotions make you weak. Discipline makes you dangerous. Most people think strength is about motivation, or confidence, or talent. But the truth is, emotions make you weak. Discipline makes you dangerous, because emotions are temporary. But discipline builds identity. And today, you will understand why the strongest people are not controlled by how they. Emotions are unstable. Let's start with reality. Your emotions change constantly. One moment you feel powerful. Next moment you feel empty. One moment you feel focused. Next moment you feel distracted. So ask yourself, how can something so unstable be trusted to lead your life? As taught by, it's not what happens but how you respond that matters. Emotions are responses, not emotions create weakness. Every time you follow emotions, you become weaker. You feel tired gives you stop. You feel lazy gives you delay. You feel scared gives you avoid. You feel unmotivated gives you quit. This is how weakness is built, not overnight, but through repeated emotional decisions. Weak people ask, do I feel like doing it? Strong people ask, does it need to be? Discipline is control. Discipline is the opposite of emotion. Emotion says, wait. Discipline says, go. Emotion says, it's hard. Discipline says, good. Emotion says, I don't feel ready. Discipline says, start anyway. Discipline is not about feeling strong. It is about acting strong, even when you are not. Why discipline makes you dangerous? A disciplined man cannot be controlled, not by mood, not by fear, not by comfort, because he no longer depends on feelings to act. He becomes predictable in one way. He always shows up. That is dangerous, because the world is full of people who quit when they feel like it. But a disciplined man, he doesn't quit. Emotions are built for survival, not success. Your brain is not designed for greatness. It is designed for survival. So it creates emotions like fear gives to avoid risk. Laziness gives to conserve energy. Doubt gives to protect you. But here's the truth. What protects you can also limit you. If you follow emotions, you stay safe. But safety does not create success. How to become disciplined. Here is how you shift from emotional to disciplined. 1. Ignore mood. Stop asking how you feel. Start acting. 2. Set non-negotiables. You do it no matter what. 3. Train discomfort daily. Do hard things even when you resist. 4. Delay emotional reaction. Pause before you respond. 5. Build identity, not motivation. I'm a disciplined person, not I feel motivated. As said, you have power over your mind. Stop letting emotions control you. Most people are not in control of their lives, not because they are weak, but because they are emotional. They feel tired, so they stop. They feel scared, so they avoid. They feel unmotivated, so they delay. And slowly, their emotions become the driver of their life. But here's the truth. If your emotions are in control, you are not in control. Today, you will learn how to take that control. Emotions are not commands. Let's make this clear. Just because you feel something does not mean you must act on it. Feelings are signals, not instructions. You feel angry? That doesn't mean you must react. You feel lazy? That doesn't mean you must stop. You feel fear? That doesn't mean you must avoid. As taught by, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters. Your emotions are automatic, but your actions are optional. How emotions take control of you. Emotions don't take control instantly. They take control slowly, step by step. You feel tired gives you skip one task. You feel lazy gives you delay one day. You feel unmotivated gives you stop one habit. And over time, your emotions start deciding everything. What you do, when you do it, if you do it at all. That is how people lose control of their lives. Not in one moment, but in small emotional decisions. Why following emotions makes you weak? Let's be honest. Every time you follow your emotions, you choose comfort over growth. You choose easy over hard. You choose now over future. You choose feeling over discipline. And that creates weakness, because your life becomes dependent on mood. And mood is unstable. One bad day ruins your progress. One emotional moment destroys discipline. That is not control. That is dependency. Strong people don't ignore emotions. They observe them, but they don't obey them. They feel fear and act anyway. They feel tired and still show up. They feel doubt, but continue. They don't ask, how do I feel? They ask, what must be done? That is the difference. Weak people live by feelings. Strong people live by decisions. Discipline is the alternative. If emotions are the problem, discipline is the solution. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It removes negotiation. It removes delay. It removes excuses. Discipline says, do it anyway, no matter the mood, no matter the feeling, because discipline is not emotional. It is structural. It is identity. It is power. How to stop letting emotions control you. Here's exactly what to do. 1. Pause before reacting. Don't act immediately on emotion. 2. Label the emotion. Say, this is fear. This is laziness. This is doubt. 3. Choose action over feeling. Ask, What is the right action? 4. Follow systems, not moods. Routine over motivation. 5. Build emotional awareness daily. Watch your emotions but don't obey them.